Hello everybody, I wanted to give you some additional review with this sort because this particular sort can be very tricky. And that is the idea with the word sorts is they are tricky at first, but we figure out what the patterns are and we practice those patterns. So this becomes easier to catch and figure out as time goes on. Don't expect it to be perfect the first time around. But I have sorted these correctly, and I've also sorted them next to alternate forms. So you're looking at base words like volcano and derived words like volcanic. It's changing the form of the word, but the base word is the same, volcano. What we want to pay attention to are long vowel sounds and short vowel sounds. Every vowel has two types of sounds. There's the long vowel, which you can hear the letter say its name. So for example, volcano. Let me click this here.
Volcano.
You can hear the A in that word say its own name. A, volcano. When I change it to volcanic,
Volcanic.
that's a really loud way to say that. Volcanic, that A is no longer saying its name. It's no longer long. It makes that eh sound. So that is a short vowel. So it's the same thing here. Flame.
Flame.
I can hear the A in flame. So that's a long A.
Flammable.
Flammable. That A becomes eh. So it's short.
Cave.
Cave. So I can hear the A in cave.
Cavity.
Becomes ah with cavity. Becomes a short vowel.
Serene.
Ooh, we've changed people reading this here. So I can hear the E, the long E, in serene, that second part there.
Serenity.
And that changes to eh with the derived form, serenity. And our last one,
right.
You can hear the I in right.
Ritual.
Changes to I in ritual. Now that you're looking at that might seem kind of easy, but what about all of these words over here? These are the ones that are trickier and they'll take a little bit more practice, but that's what the system is here for, is to provide us with practice. So we still have long vowels in these base words. So listen for the long vowel, the long I in define.
Define.
Okay, so the I says I. When we change it to definition, listen to what happens to that I.
Definition.
When we have relate,
relate.
You hear that A. Listen to what happens to the A.
Relative.
Relative. We have
compete.
Long E in compete. You can hear the E on that second E.
Competition.
Competition. Those long vowel sounds are becoming short vowels, but they're what's known as the schwa, and you can see that word up here. And you can see here there's an upside down E, and that tells you how to pronounce that. The schwa is pronounced so relative. It doesn't become like the other short A sounds over here. It becomes relative, competition, majority instead of major. Why sort these words this way? Well, it has to do with spelling. These words here are difficult to spell. They're words that you probably mostly know, or you know all of them, but they can pose some difficulties with spelling because that sound doesn't sound like the vowel that it is. But if you can think of the base word, say I have trouble spelling competition. Let's say I spell it with another I instead of E. Well, if I think back to compete, I know how to spell compete. It's easy. It's got that long vowel sound, that long E sound in it. Then I can spell competition because the letter remains the same. It just changes to So look at these first row here. Volcano. There's your long vowel sound there. Volcanic, changing the A to the short vowel. Define, we can hear that long I. Definition, we can hear the schwa sound with the I there. Once you've dragged these to what you think are the correct spot, click Check Answers, and it will tell you which ones you did not get. and you can re-sort those. Don't expect to get 100% the first time. We are just introducing and we are practicing these words.